Welcome back, fellow food geeks. Today we have an amazing video of garlic breadsticks. Once you make them, you are never going to buy store bought again. These are very similar to Domino's twisty breadsticks, which used to come have now been discontinued, especially in India. They are amazing in flavor and decadent. So let's get started. So in a glass pitcher, I've taken warm water. Now this water is warm enough for me to dip my finger inside the pitcher and my hand would not scald. Now I'm going to add honey to it, half a teaspoon of honey. The sweetener is needed to get the yeast to activate. If you do not like honey, you can add maple syrup or sugar as well. If you're vegan, then you cannot add honey, so you can use monk fruit sweetener, maple syrup, sugar, anything of your choice. Now to this I'm going to add the yeast. Now I have taken active dry yeast 2¼ teaspoons and I'm mixing it and placing it on the side. This is going to bubble in 10 minutes and I'll meet you then. Now it has foamed up and bubbled. This means that the yeast is active now and it is ready to bake bread. This is very important to have yeast like this. Now to our all-purpose flour or whole wheat flour, any kind of flour you like, we'll add the salt. Remember, we never add salt directly to the yeast. Salt is around 3/4 teaspoon to 3 cups of flour. You may use bread flour, all-purpose flour or wheat flour. The recipe would still remain the same. Now we're going to mix the yeast water inside this flour and knead a dough. Now we're going to knead for at least 10 minutes and I'll show you the steps at 3 minutes and then 7 minutes. So it's been around 3 minutes now and you see now that the dough is not as tacky as before. Now we'll keep on kneading. We can add a little bit of olive oil if we feel like it. If it's sticking to our hands, for just our ease, because we're not using a stand mixer and we're using our hands. Now it's been almost 10 minutes and you can see how pliable the dough is. Now this is a garlic oil which I've already made and I will be putting up the recipe of this garlic oil very soon. Now you just have to roll the dough like so and your dough is ready. Now take a deep bowl and oil it well. We are going to put our dough into this, the seam side facing down, and we are going to keep it for proofing. Now generally, depending on the environment you live in, proofing could be anywhere from 30 minutes to 1 hour. I am going to check on it after 45 minutes and tell you more. So I'm going to use a wet tea towel and cover it. You can now see the dough has more than doubled in size. We are going to tip it out now onto the surface, our work surface, add some flour to it and then knead it a little bit more in order to shape it further. We are going to divide the dough into two parts to make it easier for us to work with it, and keep one portion aside. We are now going to roll this dough into a rectangular shape, similar to the shape of the tray that we have right here. Now we are going to clean out the edges so that we have a nice rectangle. Now you may use a knife if you do not have a pastry scraper. It works equally well. Now we'll cut it into strips around 1 inch in width. Remember, this is an approximation, you really do not have to be exact. Now the garlic oil I was talking about is nothing else except 1 teaspoon of garlic in 2 tablespoons of olive oil, which I've heated so that the garlic has crisped up, and after that I've added a little bit of parsley to it. If you would like to see a video, please let me know in the comments, and I would put a video of the garlic oil very soon. Now I'm going to use butter and olive oil and mix a little bit of Italian seasoning to it and make a sort of an emulsion, which I'm going to spread along with the garlic oil on these breadsticks. This is for amazing flavor and decadence. Please do not skip this step. The breadsticks you served in the market are much more decadent, as in they're much more richer. You can increase the amount of butter, but do not decrease it. In case a vegan version is required, then you may use the plant-based butter. Brush them generously, and now butter your tray or oil it and put a little bit of flour so that the breadsticks do not stick to the surface while baking. Now I'm going to twist the breadstick and keep it on the tray like so. I'll change the angle in a minute so that you can see it closely. So pick it up, put it on the tray and twist it. It's pretty easy to do, and the dough is very pliable, easy to manage. Continue doing the same thing till all the dough is used up. We still have around half a ball left. Now use another tray and finish up rolling all the breadsticks. For now, I'm just going to do one tray. Now we'll take a wet cloth or a wet towel. After we brush any areas which does not have enough butter or seasoning, we'll brush them and then take a wet towel and place the wet towel on top of the tray. Now you're going to wait for half an hour, and meanwhile preheat your oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit or 230 degrees centigrade. You can bake after that. I'm now placing it for 15 minutes along with the rest of the dough, which I've shaped into various other shapes for my home use. I'm saying home use as if the breadsticks are meant for somebody else. Guys, if you could just smell my kitchen right now, it is amazing. Serve them hot or cold, and I will be also teaching you a cheese dip soon to go with this. Please like, share and subscribe. Try making it and give me your comments. I look forward to them. I hope you have a wonderful day and you really enjoy making these delicious breadsticks.